I decided to keep making my dream game. This one is kind of unique. I just thought it was unique. I thought the idea was unique, and I thought that, you know what, I should keep making this. I started making this ever since it was last year, and I was making it slowly. I was like using today maybe 3 hours, tomorrow 1 hour, and then at some point I quit completely because, well, making games is hard. You know, it requires a lot of consistency and discipline, and you need to be good to make it. So, but the game is called Prosperity, and I had this idea of making a game about helping people. A game about helping people. I'm not sure if it's already done. I believe in this idea, and I'm gonna keep on working on it. I plan on releasing it on October 1, 2026. So the way I'm speaking right now, it's August 2. So watch out. So please subscribe so that when it's out, you can be informed. So if you care, I'm just, yeah, if you care, so if you care, then that's it. But I'm gonna show you what's going on here. First of all, I made the game in Game Maker. Yeah, I've made the game in Game Maker because I'm already used to Game Maker. I like Game Maker and I think it's a great engine, so I made the game in Game Maker. I'm gonna keep updating you on the information on the things that I'm updating every single day from now. Um, but I thought Game Maker is a cool engine to make this. But first of all, I started creating an AI last year. I believe it's last year, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. But I was making an AI. I went to an AI and I made the game prototype. I created the game prototype, and I thought it really looked really good. Except that I came to realize one thing, that you cannot make a full game using AI. Not just yet. I don't think you can. And maybe you can make those little arcade games, that you play on mobile or whatever, but you can't make a full distinct game on AI. I don't think there's any AI to do that. I've tried it. I've tried many AIs, and they're all just the same. And you might wonder why I'm making a game about helping people. Well, the thing is, like, these days I've played enough games to, I'm just tired these days. I've played enough games. I've really just played enough games to get tired of the hack and slash and the shooting games and the punching games. It's always that. I'm tired of it. Maybe it's age catching up with me. I don't know, but I'm tired of that. So I thought I should make something unique. And yeah, so here I am. So, you know, GameMaker has a lot of things. I'll be explaining as I go. GameMaker has, sprites where you input sprites. So I've already inputted my sprites, and I'll be inputting even more sprites in the future. Plenty of sprites like the player sprites, the building sprites, the building, because this game is gonna take place in a city, in a small city, where the player is gonna be moving around, interacting with people and interacting with buildings, buying cars, going in bars and clubs. It's just your choice. I haven't really figured out everything, but I'm gonna keep on informing you as I'm gonna keep on updating. And please subscribe. Please subscribe. It will mean a lot to me. I'm gonna keep on updating you on how it's going. So there's the sprite in Game Maker. If you know Game Maker, there's a sprite where you import the sprites, and then there are objects. Plenty of objects here. Plenty of objects. I've been working on it for quite some time, so plenty of objects. And then we got the rooms. There's a room of the story. I'm not sure if I'll change this, and I might change it quite a few things. I'm not sure, but the room of the story, it starts out with a story, and the story is narrated in text. You can read it, or maybe I might put animations in the future. I don't know. Uh, and then there's a room select, which room select is where you get to select the start screen. Actually, the start screen, simply made, nothing over exaggerated. And then there's a build start, which is where if you press start, the game begins. Here uh, you can see you can see the player. This is our player over here, and uh, these are the blocks. These black things are blocks. And then there is the room of the gameplay, which is deep. I took days designing this. You know, it wasn't just some. I took days designing this. I'm not sure if it's well or whatever, but I took some time designing this. So as you can see, we got houses. You'll soon come to find when you start playing the game that these houses look the same, but they're different. These houses look the same, but they're kind of different. Um, I'm gonna when polishing, I think I'll change many things. I'm not sure, but this is the beginning. So that's it. So so for instance, let me just press run and end this video, just so you can see how this game is. So it's waiting a bit. Yeah. Uh, this is GameMaker 1.4. I'm using GameMaker 1.4 because I just think it's the greatest game maker, man. I don't care about Game Maker Studio 2. Doesn't Game Maker 2 just doesn't add up to me. So there we are. So begins with the story, Harry, whatever, and so he went to the bridge ready to take his life. But before that, he prayed, God, if you could only give me $1 million, I promise to save you for the rest of my life. You can read it through. All of a sudden, his phone rang. When he took it out, a message was sent to him saying, "Go back to your house. There's $1 million in your room." Then, now here comes the test. Now, I might actually change the story, just depending on how I see things coming on. Also, you can see there's these scan lines, sort of like an OTV line, OTV lines. I thought they're cool. They kind of just gives it a better view. But I think I'll add more effects. I plan on making it look like an actual CTR TV. I'm not sure. Please just give me an opinion. The reason why I'm putting this out even before it's done, because this is still very, very better. It's not done. The reason why I'm putting it out before it's done is just I want you guys. I want to hear you guys' opinions. Tell me what you think. So prosperity. There we go. A dollar sign. Be fruitful. Exit. Be fruitful. So as you can see, I can just walk. Plenty of things still to add here. Just walk in my room, and then I go there. Press space, and I press space, and that's it. That's gonna be like an open world game where you just notice whenever I go to this house, for example, it tells me it's a house. Notice when I go to another house, it tells me it's a house. Go to this place, it's a bar, so it tells me it's a bar. Restaurant, nightclub, all kind. I'm just having fun with this house. The mechanics of how the game is actually gonna be played aren't yet installed. So yeah, just watch out for that. You can walk. This one is, I think it's a hospital. So it's a small free world, but it makes me happy, man, looking at this. It makes me feel like I've done something. Let me know, guys. So that's it. Peace.